welcome everyone. We know that you've got a lot going on Saturdays. It's your time with your family, so we really appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. We have a lot to share, and we're going to jump right in. Matter of fact, we're going to try to get through this it's probably going to be just a little over an hour. We'll try to be brief, get to the point, get some exciting things out there and announced, and get you guys on your way back to your Saturday and back to your families. So thank you very much. To begin with, I'm going to introduce, many of you have probably heard already, but we've been working with Dave Dove for about 8 months now, mostly in the field. Then he came on as a field trainer, and I'm very excited to announce that Dave has taken a corporate position with us, and he is going to be our director of sales. We've been working with Dave in a lot of capacities, and he brings so much to the table. We're really excited to be working with him. So I'm going to turn a little bit of time over to him, and we'll get started.
All right, everybody, we're super excited to have you here today, and thanks, Troy, for that. And super excited to step into the role I am. And I am excited for today because this is historic. I think this is going to disrupt the industry, in my opinion. And you're going to see some things today that you just don't see in any other opportunity that I've ever seen in my life. I can tell you that. So let's get started here real briefly. And I just wanted to introduce you guys all just so you can put a face to the name, make sure you're all familiar with who's who. We've got Mr. Richard Smith, our president. We've got Troy Muhlstein, Chief Operations Officer. We've got Trent Walker, Chief Executive Officer, and Kevin Wiscombe as the Chief Revenue Officer, and along with Roger Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer. That is our founders, and we are grateful to work with these guys. Like I've said before, their heart's in the right place, their focus is in the right place, and I'm just excited to be part of their team. I wanted to introduce, first of all, I'm going to skip over here to Mr. J. Mack, our Director of Software Development. What an incredible guy. He has done nothing but a miracle, actually, in the last 8 or 9 months or whatever it's been since he started coding and putting things together, along with the help of Chris Luke, who's Director of Design and User Experience. And these two together are a dynamic team. And so just excited to be working with these guys. But I wanted to give an official announcement about Luke that many of you already know this. The founders of our network have made an executive appointment of Luke Epps to Director of International Expansion. Luke is a full stack web developer and worked for 6 years as a computer forensic expert in the top litigation support firm in the Carolinas, consulting some of the largest corporations and law firms in the world. He has lived in several countries and has more than 7 years in the international business development arena, working with several well-known companies to strategically plan and execute market expansion throughout all regions of the world. The founders are excited for Luke's new post, and expect Luke to build a strong international team. And I have to tell you, this guy works hard, long hours, and has done an amazing job so far for the company, big time. I get the privilege to announce to you guys Trent Walker and to introduce Trent Walker, who is highly experienced, successful, and well-regarded business leader who has been referred to as the leading payment expert by Wall Street Journal. He brings 15 years of multifaceted experience from startup to operational scale in finance and fintech, working with and for some of the largest technology companies in the world, including Google and Facebook. He is a dynamic, inspirational leader whose combination of organization and team leadership experience, drive, and culture makes him ideal fit for the CEO of our network, Mr. Trent Walker. This guy is incredible. So I'm going to turn the time over to Trent. Trent, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, Dave, appreciate that introduction. Sorry, I was coming off mute because I didn't want to disrupt with the background noise. I appreciate the introduction. I am humbled and excited to take the CEO position. One commitment I want to make before I get started is that we are going to continue operating towards excellence at our network. We are going to maintain the constant improvement methodology, and my oath to the field is to, as Dave said, keep our hearts in the right place and do everything we can to make the field successful. Everything we do on a daily basis is centered in the success of our field and the charter members. With that, I'm going to dive a bit into the vision of the organization, talk a bit about the marketplace environment, and really dive into why we chose to go down this path of the participation marketplace, and what it really means to you. If you look at the vision of the organization, we talk about a financial revolution. We talk about changing the financial lives of everyone that chooses to be involved. And we talk about the unification of the organization. When we say those things, there's a lot of emphasis behind the scenes on what that really means and how do we execute against that statement. One of our core principles that we talked about at the leadership forum, and I want to mention it here, is the idea of sustainable long-term wealth for everyone that is involved. And the key here is long-term and sustainable. And when we say those words across the network marketing industry, one of the ways that organizations fail long-term is that their products get commoditized. What do I mean by commoditization, right? That is, they're manufacturing a juice. They say it's proprietary. They're charging $25, $50 for that juice in order to have the money to be able to pay out to the charter members or members of the organization. Coca-Cola gets wind of that, and they say, hey, there's nothing proprietary about this juice. I know where you get the berries. They get it. They start manufacturing the juice, and they put it in 7-Eleven for $1.50, right? Or Safeway for $1.50. And that network marketing organization begins to fall apart. So when we looked at that, we said, how do we make sure that we are not a one-product organization that begins to get commoditized? Then we looked at the evolution of multiple markets and industries and said, we know that there is this marketplace environment. How do we take that marketplace environment to the next level? We also looked at the idea of how do we begin to allow people to build business centers that increase profitability for them as charter members over time. And that came to consistent buying behavior of other charter members as well as their fan base. Again, it pushed us back to this participation marketplace. So as we began to look at all the key elements of success for our charter members, we came to the solution that our participation marketplace is really the silver bullet that begins to solve many of the problems and revolutionize the network marketing space. So what is a participation marketplace? It really is no difference than a Costco or Amazon Prime that begins to unify the buying power of people to reduce the cost associated with products. We took the next step and said, but what if that marketplace shared the profit and the revenue with the members? And we came to this concept of participation marketplace. So when you hear us talk about the marketplace, the reason it is so dynamic is what we can do is we are product agnostic. We can put multiple products, and Troy and Richard are going to talk later about how that affects your commission and the dynamic of nature of this, the dynamic nature of the impact to your commission based on this participation marketplace and being able to pump multiple products in there. So what does it do? It really allows buying power of our organization to create savings and reduce price to allow us to share the revenues and the profits of the organization back out to the members through a network marketing structure, right? That is the key foundation to how the organization works from a functional perspective. I'm going to jump into the next slide real quick, where I start to talk about, break this thing down even further when we talk about a financial revolution. So what we're really doing is, from a behavioral perspective, trying to change the savings and earnings of the masses, right? The statement that comes out a lot as we talk is save where they can't and earn where they don't, right? And that is about changing behavior, moving the purchasing power into a unified network to increase buying power and also create earnings for the masses. When you start to look at what this does, and it's going to leak into the very bottom statement that's in quotes, what that really starts to do, we've gone into an overspending, lack of savings culture across the globe. And when you start to build wealth for the mass, for the common individual, and create buying power for the common individual through a unified network, the balance of power begins to shift from big business and banks to the masses. And that is really the goal. How do we put the buying power in the hands of the masses and create sustainable long-term wealth for those masses and and incredible savings to move towards this macroeconomic shift of the world where we really impact the larger economies of the world, right? And on top of that, the people, the masses, the common people are creating long-term sustainable wealth. So again, how do we do that? The mechanism is the purchasing environment. It's the marketplace we talked about, with large savings where the network members make the money from the purchases, and that's the participation piece. If you run this out and say, what would happen if every purchase made on Amazon went to your pocket? If it was somebody that you referred and mentioned Amazon to, if every purchase from Amazon went to your pocket, that is really the vision and the goal. So what's the process we run? We unify the masses to increase purchasing power. This is really where you guys come in. It's unify the masses, get the word out, build your organizations. That unification and that building of the network is where our power really begins. And then to incentivize the group. And this is the network marketing mechanism, the payout mechanism, and that's give the masses a reason to share. So when we talk about these things on a daily basis, this is everything we talk about. It's behavioral change. It's the mechanism to do it. It's the process to make sure that our hearts are in the right place with the charter members. It's how do we make sure that we're incentivizing properly to say, give the money back to the charter members. Give the money back to the charter members, right? And it's a constant conversation. So why are we doing it? All of us have had moments in our life where we feel unfulfilled, we feel a lack of freedom, or we're stretching for a better life. And that's what our network really is. It's a way to give people financial freedom, and the tools and the functions and the products we have coming out over time you're really going to see this. We have a great opportunity in front of us right now, but over time, as we get bigger, you're only going to see the push towards this financial freedom for everyone involved and a better life for everyone involved play out through everything that we do. New products, wealth management, all of those things are going to come out in a real way. And that, I see the question on the screen. Yes, it is MLM. We're talking about network marketing right now. I'm going to stop now from a vision perspective and turn it over to Roger. And this is really where we're going to move in to the meat of the conversation and get some really strong announcements out about what's coming, what's there now, what's coming in the future. Roger, I'm turning it over to you from here.
Well, personally, I want to thank all for attending this Power3 compensation plan launch today. I know you all have unique and inspiring stories, and I would love to sit down over coffee with every single one of you and listen to your story, why you're here, what your goals are, and what your dreams are. I wish I could meet every one of you and hear that story and share mine with you. I look forward to doing that actually at the official company launch event in the very near future. For now, this is going to have to do today. And I have a few items that I have the privilege of sharing with you, and I'm going to jump right into them. There we go. All right. The first thing I want to show you, and I'm going to go through this quick, is we have a new enrollment form. It will bring more confidence to your enrollees. It will guide them through the process better. It's a more fun environment to go through, and it is an advancement on what we've done. And as I go through this, you'll see it starts off with the basics. Let's get you started. As they hit the join button, they come to this page. They see their enroller is filled in there, the enroller's name. You hit confirm. If it's not your enroller, you can hit back. When you hit confirm, it goes to the next step. You'll notice that the map above is getting filled in. It is now slightly red with the United States, North America anyway. And as you go through, it walks you through step by step the entire process. The blue arrow that you see on your screen is showing you that you are advancing across. It shows each step is now completed. You are also, as the red arrow down below, it's also advancing you through the 9 steps. You know where you're at in the process. Again, we're trying to make it easy, comfortable, confident for everybody that gets involved. As you go through this, right in the middle step here, near the end actually, you're going to see that you've got to click a bunch of boxes. This is very important for us. We want everyone to understand what they're getting involved in, what our policies are, how we work with you, the cancellation policy, refunds, inactivity, chargeback. There's about 7 or 8 boxes here that you've got to agree to. And that, again, part of the process, good for us, good for you, good for the sustainability of our network. As you continue to go through the process, you'll get to the final page and you will have success. At this point, it goes through. Notice you have not had to verify your email at this point. You go through the entire process and you become a charter member without having to do that. We still need to do that step. If you look at the bottom here, it says log into your account, start building your team. You click log in, and you now get a welcome email. Our emails are changing, folks. They're going to be clear, concise, and comfortable, the 3 C's. Everything, again, just upgrading the company. We've got a consistent, constant improvement mentality, and it's going to be a warmer welcome, and it's going to be concise, short. When I say comfortable, it's going to be something that's pleasing to the eye. You're going to get the welcome email. If you haven't verified, it's going to remind you to verify your email. And guess what? Your enroller also gets an email that says you have just signed up. And your enroller's email says, reach out to them, help them. We want to get you guys working as teams right off the bat. And you'll notice at the bottom here that there is a download for your enroller on your success formula email, which comes second. You also get a download of the success formula that we have for you. And we built that so that your enroller and you both have something you know exactly what to do. It looks like this: learn, share, earn. It's your launch guide. And we want you to work with your enroller to jump in and see, this is the success formula that we have to you. It's unique to our network. It's been built over the last little while for you. And now when your enrollee signs up, they get the success formula. They get the launch guide, and you do too, with an admonition to to call each other, contact each other, and get together. All right. that's the update to the enrollment process, and just a little update, sneak peek into how the feeling of the company looks when you get emails now. They're all going to be short, and they're going to be warm and comfortable. All right, now I want to jump into something that we're building, the participation marketplace, as Trent pointed out. This participation marketplace, you know, some of the products, the concierge products that we have right now, are part of those products, but they're a very small part of where we are going. We have 3 buckets. We call them phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 situations or companies or products. And in phase 1, if you follow over on the slide here, these are introductory partnerships. Often they're third-party relationships that we have because we might not be large enough to go directly to a Fortune 100 company in America or in another country. We're going to get there. But right now, many of the partnerships and relationships that we've had to started in phase 1. These companies are watching us for volume. It's a strong relationship, but they're watching us for volume and growth. And we, as a company, are going to be adding brands and products weekly. Our cashback, our partner, our retail hub, it's in full construction right now. You will be seeing it in the next 45 to 60 days at the most, and you will see these products launching in these hubs. All right. Well, what is a key component of phase 1 companies? Their savings to all charter members, or maybe it's the same price as everybody else can get out there, but it won't be more, and that's key. But it could be savings, but all of them will pay up the TVS. So it will be either equal to what's in the marketplace or savings when it's in phase 1, but it will pay up the TVS. A lot of times it will be both. You'll get savings and it will pay up the organization in phase 1. Now, phase 2 is where we get deeper relationships with the company. It's a more integrated relationship. They're strategically negotiated better commissions and better savings for every charter member. So it's deeper, more savings, more commissions. Some of our companies that you will see us launching start right here, all right? And we're going to show you one of those today that already has. This is deeper savings and more up the TBS. A phase 3 company is where the network, meaning our network, owns it outright. It's proprietary and exclusive to our network. We have full control. And these companies will start here and stay here. The key here is even deeper savings and even more up the TBS and more exclusivity for you. All right. And my slide is not advancing. There we go. Ultimate savings and even more up the TBS. All right. So as we look at this, I want to show you one thing. Phase 1, we have companies in phase 1. Our mobile was in phase 1. That was with a third party. Our autos was in phase 1, third party. And we are adding major international retailers into phase 1. You see retailer 1 and 2. If the screen was large enough, you would see it go all the way to 8 right now for major partners that we are working with to move into phase 1 when we get the marketplace built. Phase 2, we've got our Mortgage Canada that is starting right in phase 2. We were able to go direct to them, have better savings than is out there, and a large percentage goes up the TBS. If you can imagine this, and I'm not going to steal any thunder from Kevin, but having somebody in your network buy a home and to have money go up the TBS for a period of time is pretty exciting. Phase 3 is going to be our bank and the card and paying and swipes and everything that goes there. and we've got some others. That question mark is not a question mark to us. It's to represent that there are some others that we are working on right now, and it's some of the most exciting things that that we have going. All right. The cool thing about what's going on is companies move from phase 1 to phase 2. One of the things you'll hear today that our mobile has moved from phase 1 to phase 2. We were with a third party. You guys did such a fantastic job that our mobile, we were able to go direct to Sprint and say, look what we did. We were the biggest seller of Sprint products for a very short period, for a month, and they noticed us, and so we were able to talk directly to them and move directly to Sprint with phase 2. Our autos, same thing just happened, and Kevin's going to tell you a little bit more about that. But how exciting is it to actually see the process that we started with phase 1 with just a fledgling company, a small amount of charter members, and we've already been able to move products to phase 2. And we're going to see, as you take advantage of some of these major international retailers, we will be able to go talk directly to them, and we will move them to phase 2. Now, think about a Bed Bath & Beyond or a Bass Pro Shop, some big major retailer. We're never going to move those to phase 3 and own them, right? But we will have deep, deep savings that other people can't get, and you will have, and when your people purchase, it will go up your organization. All right, last topic I want to talk about is India. This is really just a shout out. We put a challenge out to every country in the world. Show us that you want us through your growth. India accepted our challenge. Their growth is outpacing every country that in the world right now. We have now put India in an official pre-launch status because their growth is so strong. We've organized a dedicated team here and hired a dedicated team in India who's working with the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. And we're sending our founders, Trent Walker and Richard Smith, as well as Luke Epps, to our international expansion head, to meet their leaders in the latter half of February. So a big shout out to India, and the growth is just phenomenal, and we are so excited to move them into pre-launch. All right, I want to just end real quick. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Everyone out there participating today, I love turning the typical network marketing on its head. Instead of a higher cost for a single product like Trent mentioned, it's money going up the organization. The participation marketplace, it creates cheaper cost for the best brands, and they're never commoditized. This, in my opinion, folks, is going to be an eruption of disruption in the world, and you are part of it. From this point on, the status of the company, most of the fires and challenges of pre-launch are quenched, and consistent, constant improvement of our network is becoming the norm. We have some earth-shattering products, folks, that will come out in 2020 in that marketplace, the retail hub that I shared with you, that are phase 2 and phase 3 concepts, and I can't wait to announce them. Want to end with a quick story. One that I heard from my dad in my youth, and I just want to share it with everybody. There's a young man that had just taken over the kingdom from his father. His father had died, and he was now the king. He wanted to get a feel for what the people were like in his kingdom. He put a big rock in the middle of the busiest road in the kingdom and watched from the bushes. And during the day, farmers, soldiers, blacksmiths, they came along and they saw the rock, and some of them even stubbed their toe on the rock, and they complained about the rock. What's this rock doing in the middle of the road? Doctors, lawyers, builders, they all walked past, saw the rock. They said, man, I wish the king would get this rock out of the road. Got a horrible government, should get rocks out of the road, and they just walked around it. The king was a little bummed, but at the end of the day, a miller's daughter came past, and she was a hardworking girl. She was very tired because she had been busy since early morning at the mill, but she said to herself, it's almost dark. Somebody might fall on this rock tonight. Maybe get hurt, so I'm going to move it out of the way. So she tugged, pushed, Long story short, she pulled that off the road. And as she pulled off the road, she noticed that there was a box underneath. She lifted the box. It was heavy. She opened it, and it said, "This box belongs to the one who moves the stone." The king had put it there. She opened the lid and found it was full of gold. Folks, I read a lot of books. I meditate. I'm always trying to better myself, maximize my freedom. I think some of you know that. When I'm in my CMO role, and it's about 60 hours a week right now, I'm always trying to better the opportunity for you, better yours and your team members' experience, work on concepts and products that will ensure your success and maximize every charter member's freedom, as Trent said. I've seen a lot of rocks in the road, and I'm removing them. I'm a rock mover, folks. That's my commitment to you. And I know all of you are not complainers. You're rock movers. Trent, Troy, Kevin, Richard, I partnered with them because they're rock movers. And I had the honor of meeting the leaders at the Leadership Summit of our network, and they're rock movers. You've got rock movers for leaders. Move those rocks in the road for yourselves, folks, for your teams and for our network, because I promise you that there's gold under those rocks. I want you to have an amazing experience for the rest of the time here. This is about the compensation plan. I'm so excited for what that's going to do for you in your life. And Kev, I'm going to turn the time over to you.
Okay. Roger, thank you. I'm going to add something there. You're not just a rock mover, you're a rock star. And all the people that I get to work with are not just rock movers, but rock stars. And we're super, super excited. I chose as my little saying here, which is one that you have all heard: the bigger we get, the better it gets. And you're going to see that Roger alluded to some of the products. And I'm going to go just a little bit deeper on a couple of them here. First one, our Autos is back. We had to take it down for a while. If anyone clicked on there in the last few weeks, they noticed that it said that we were working on some improvements and that we would be back soon. And that back soon is on Monday. So super excited. Roger, on his graph, it says we moved into phase 2. Guys, I dream in phases now. It's kind of annoying. Phase 1, phase 2, looking for those phase 3s. But our Autos is really, really exciting. We decided to partner with a franchise dealer, and there'll be more information on this, on who they are and all this information coming out on Monday. But the reason for that is, of course, we get access to used cars nationwide. This is a franchise dealer who has, I believe, 8 new car franchises. So we have access to used cars nationwide. We also have access to new cars nationwide. I don't know if you know how significant this is in the U.S. You have to be a franchise dealer in order to sell other used cars. So we are rolling out with the 6 or 8 new car franchises initially, and over the next month we will be adding every new car franchise sold in the U.S. So super exciting stuff there. The reason we went with who we did is because they also offer for our members a lifetime powertrain warranty on any cars that go through the dealership. Of course, if it's a used car and it's somewhere back east and they didn't actually physically touch the car, that will be a little more difficult. But lifetime powertrain warranties, which we thought is awesome for the network. Financing. I know a lot of people have started that path when we were in phase 1 with our Auto, and financing was an issue. We wanted it. We now have it, including special finance, which is basically finance for, let's say, self-employed borrowers, maybe not A-paper type stuff. We have it all, and this is all nationwide. And best of all, it pays up the TBS. So phase 2 in action here, folks. Really, really exciting. Marketing information is going to be available on Monday. Now, Canada. We have some great people who work behind the scenes. So we're going to show a little video. These are getting better and better. and I'll let the video speak for itself.
Our Mortgage Canada is a concierge mortgage lending referral service for charter members and fans of our network. Our Mortgage Canada is excited to announce our exclusive partnership with Matrix Mortgage Global, a two-time Canadian Mortgage Professionals Brokerage of the Year winner and Maclean's Magazine Growth 500 list recipient. We are making it simple and easy to apply for a mortgage without ever leaving your home or office. Replace the high-pressure salespeople and high commissions with a warm and professional Our Mortgage Canada concierge. Your concierge is committed to helping you find the best mortgage solution possible for your needs. Each person and situation is unique. You tell your concierge what you're looking for, and they will structure a customized lending solution just for you. They'll work hard to provide you the best lending options for your situation at a budget that you can afford. Now for the best part. Due to lending regulations in Canada, our network was able to structure exclusive savings and commissions for every loan that closes in your network through Our Mortgage Canada. This means that the commissions will be paid up the TBS for 12 full months on loans closed in your network. Our network, the bigger we get, the better it gets.
All right. I think, I'm not certain, but I think I heard some cheers coming from north of the border here. How do I get back there? There we go. Anyway, super exciting stuff. I want to point out some stuff that if you are in the U.S., you might understand this. Due to the lending laws in the U.S., we can't tie any compensation back to the network to a closed loan. In Canada, we can. So rather than just say, okay, we're just going to do, Canada like the U.S. and put it into a pool or something, we are going to be paying it up to TBS. So exciting stuff. I wish I was in a room where I could hear all you guys cheer, because I know you're doing it. So anyway, just another example of moving to phase 2. I'm going to let a little cat out of the bag. Matrix, who we have partnered with, great people up there, and they are working with us to develop some products for markets outside of Canada, and we'll leave it there for the moment. Coming February 2020. Now, if I see my calendar right, that is this month. These are products that have not been announced yet that we're going to be rolling out in the next 3 to 4 weeks, probably 3 weeks. Sorry for that one being a little small, folks. This is Our Security US. We are rolling out a home security product. More information to follow on that, and it will pay up the TBS. A monthly residual up the TBS, I should add there, not just a one-time payment. Our Mobile US, Roger was talking about this. We're in phase 2. We're direct with Sprint. There will be an increased per line commission as a one-time and a monthly residual that will pay up the TBS. I saw somebody in the room here cheering, so that's good. We have Our Pharmacy. Now this is different from Our Meds. Our Meds and Pet Meds are a card that you take into the pharmacy and get a discount, right? Anyone can use it. This is going to be a monthly upgrade package. It's going to be extremely affordable, minimum monthly fee. Just as a highlight, they have a diabetes program. This is what really drew us to it. The insulin, for example, we're being told is about $500 with insurance for 3 vials. With this program, you'll get those 3 vials for $99 with or without insurance, and a free starter kit that includes a glucometer, lancing device, solution, lancets, and the 12 most used oral meds, free, because you're part of the R Pharmacy program, and it pays up the TBS. Do you guys see a pattern here? Yeah. Now, really exciting here. Pay with our money. We've been working on this for quite a while, and I believe Troy and Richard are going to hit on it a little bit more. But folks, you are going to be able to pay your monthly subscription fees with your commissions, and you'll be seeing that in the back office in the month of February. That does not pay up the TBS. Sorry. Now, coming 2020, sometime during this calendar year, and these are things that we are working on, and they're moving through phases. We have additional products coming for Canada. We'll let you know as those get a little bit closer what they are. IPO, I'm going to not talk about that. I'm going to leave that for Trent to talk about the IPO. It's already out in the field that we are taking the company public, and that's really exciting. The bank is going to be coming in 2020. The ability to get paid on swipes. Roger talked about that just a little bit. Products for India. As Roger said, India is just killing it. Congratulations, India. We are already working on products to bring to your market aside from what you get right now. Additional international products and global name brand shopping portal that Roger alluded to. All of that is going to be coming in 2020 and a whole lot more. So folks, we are super excited. I am going now to turn the time over to Mr. Troy Muhlstein, and he's going to tell you even more exciting stuff.
All right. Thanks, Kev. Appreciate that. And everyone out there listening, I think you're starting to catch a good glimpse of what Rnetwork is and where we're going. It's much more than just a simple opportunity. It is a chance to change the way we transact and have some influence over the way we transact with all parts of our lives. So I want to jump into and show you guys how that impacts you on the commission side. And we've got a couple of enhancements to the compensation plan. Matter of fact, let's back up, go clear back to May of 2019 when we went into a soft launch and then eventually into a pre-launch. We knew there were going to be enhancements made. And as we saw the duplication of the compensation plan, because let's be honest, that's why we're all here. We want to know how it benefits our lives and be proud of a company that we can align ourselves with, but also take advantage in our own personal lives of the financial opportunity that's there. We will continue to watch and monitor the comp plan and make small enhancements as necessary. But we're at a point now, and I want to emphasize this, that we're pretty solid. We've got the core of this compensation plan nailed down, and I think you'll see that. And if we do anything in the future, it will just be to enhance it, maybe enhance your ability to interact with the comp plan. So with that, instead of telling you what's coming, I'm going to let you watch the revised comp plan video, and then we'll hit the highlights after that. So let's take a couple minutes and watch a video.
Welcome to Rnetwork, where you're invited to help us build the world's first and largest network that is built entirely for the benefit of the members. So how do we build this network? Well, there are two ways you can join our movement. First, you can sign up as an Rnetwork fan and have access to many of the products and services available. And best of all, it's 100% free. Or you can enroll as an Rnetwork charter member and have access to all of our products and services for just $50 per month. Now, there is a huge additional advantage when you enroll as a charter member. In addition to the products and services, you'll also have the ability to earn commissions on all product sales from your team, including all of their fans as well. The network is built using the Power3 compensation plan. So let me show you exactly how this works. The Power3 compensation plan includes three parts: the personal enrollment network, or what's called PEN, a synergistic team building structure, or TBS, and a customer structure called the Fan Club. Now, the pen is simply a structure where the individuals that you personally enroll are placed. The TBS is based on a simple 3x10 structure. Tier 1 has 3 positions and makes up your 3 teams. And then each tier builds by 3, so Tier 2 has 9 positions, and Tier 3 has 27. Tier 4 has 81, and so on until you fill all 10 tiers. And as crazy as this sounds, once your TBS is full, you have 88,572 charter members on your team. Now, take a look at Tom. Tom invites his friend John to this incredible opportunity, and John decides to join as a charter member. So John is placed in Tom's pen and also fills the first position in Tom's TBS. Tom has just unlocked the ability to earn commissions from Tier 1 on his TBS. Next, Tom invites Brian to join as a charter member, which unlocks Tier 2. Tom then invites Linda to join as a charter member. When Linda joins as a charter member, 3 incredible things happen. First, Tom has achieved the rank of Power 3. Number 2, Tom has earned a $50 monthly bonus. And number 3, he has unlocked all 10 tiers of his TBS. Now, you also need to know that as new people are added into Tom's team, they are added top to bottom, left to right on odd number tiers, and then right to left on even number tiers. As you can see here, Tom has filled his first 3 team positions going left to right. But now, as he adds additional people onto his team, Tier 1 is full, so now they're placed on the second tier and are added from right to left, filling the next position in each team. Ed goes under Linda, Grant goes under Brian, and Jeremy goes under John. As more people are added to Tom's team, Cindy will go under the next position, under Linda, then Roger under Brian, and Dexter under John. Now understand this, the reason that they're called the team building structure, TBS, is as you can see, Tom has already filled 2 of Linda's positions with his own personal enrollments. And so when Linda starts bringing in her friends, they are added using the same left to right to left team building system, which then helps Ed and Cindy. You see, everybody is helping everybody to build their team. Okay, and now that you understand the Power 3 rank, and how the TBS positions fill, let's show you how easy it is to build a team. It all starts with Power 3. Very simply put, you get your 3 and then help them get their 3. And then they help their 3 get 3, and in a short amount of time, you have this large and growing team. And all everybody needs to do is just invite 3 people. Now, as your team grows, you can also build your customer base called fans. And as you enroll fans, they're assigned to your TBS positions. And there's no limit to the number of charter members or fans that you can enroll. So let me now show you exactly how commissions are paid. Our network is so unique from any other program that you have ever seen before because unlike those traditional multi-level marketing opportunities, with our network, you never have to sell anything. You simply share the opportunity to save using our incredible products and services. And when someone purchases, you get paid. Now, commissions vary with each product and service, but in this example, we're going to assume that a product purchase has a commission of $20. That commission is then divided by 10, meaning that there are 10 people who get paid on 10 different pay levels, or what are called tiers. So for this example, the commission is $2. Kevin, who is a charter member who has a position on Tier 11 of Tom's TBS, purchases a product which activates a $20 commission, which is then divided by 10 and paid up through 10 qualified tiers. At our network, each time this happens, the system automatically asks 2 questions. Number 1, is this charter member active? An active status means that they have an active monthly product purchase. And number 2, is the charter member tier qualified? There are only 3 qualifications: Tier 1 qualified, Tier 2 qualified, and of course, Power 3 qualified. So take a look at this. Just above Kevin is Luke. As you can see here, Luke is active and has the rank of Power 3. So the $2 commission is then paid out to Luke. Now, the next level requires that the charter member be Tier 2 qualified. And since Reese has 2 personally enrolled charter members, she also receives the $2 commission. The next tier requires 3 charter members, or Power 3. And here, since Susan has only 1 person enrolled as a charter member, she does not qualify for the commission. So Susan is skipped, and then it goes to the next tier where Julie, as you can see, is a Power 3, and she would receive the $2 commission. The next tier is 4, but since Blake is inactive, he's skipped, and the commission is pushed to Richard. The next tier is 5 and then 6, and this process continues all the way to the 10th qualified tier, including Tom. So now you see how your team grows and how you can make unbelievable income from this system. But what do you say we make it even better? By now you understand the importance of the Power 3 rank. Well, achieve the rank of Power 3 in your first 7 days, and you will receive an additional one-time power-up bonus of $75 along with your monthly $50 bonus. Now ask yourself this. Do you think that you can find your first 3 team members in just 7 days? And if you can do it, don't you believe that your team members can do it as well? And then their team members also? It's kind of crazy to think about it. But in just 10 weeks, you can have a substantial team and get paid every time they purchase from the network. But hold on just a sec. What if they all built a customer base of fans? That's right, you would get paid from those individuals as well. So just imagine, what if you had a full TBS and were fully qualified? That's a team of over 88,000 charter members. And what if they all had 3 fans? Well, you're looking at more than 265,000 fans. And you'd have a network of 354,288 people. And what if they all purchased something from a network that just had a $1 commission? Well, let's see, that's $1 divided by 10 for a commission of 10 cents times your network for a small little commission of just $35,428.80. Yeah, welcome to our network. Now, of course, these numbers are just example only, and in no way does this guarantee that any charter member will earn commissions from our network. But I think you can see the potential. And that's it. It's really that simple. 3 teams to build and 10 tiers to unlock. Enroll just 3 charter members to earn the rank of Power 3 and help your team members do the same thing. Build your fan club and watch your income explode. To get started, just get back to the person who introduced you to our network. And if you haven't already, enroll as a charter member and earn the rank of Power 3. The bigger we get, the better it gets.
Okay. Hopefully everyone out there listening picked up on a couple of the enhancements that we've made. And we're so excited to take this next step in our comp plan. And so I'm going to review the highlights here a little bit, make sure we all picked up on it. So first thing, as soon as you enroll your first 3 charter members, you become Power 3 qualified. That comes with it a $50 monthly bonus, and you unlock all 10 tiers of compensation. Now, you heard last time we did a meeting, you heard about this, and it was part of the 7-day sprint. Everyone listening, understand, this is no longer part of that 7-day sprint. As soon as you enroll 3, you get Power 3 and you unlock all 10 tiers of compensation. That means it doesn't have to be your first 3. That means if someone's inactive and then you enroll someone else or help them become active, you come back to Power 3 and unlock all 10 tiers of compensation. You can come in and out of this qualification as you have 3 active personal enrollees. That's a huge change, which makes this compensation plan so exciting. But on top of that, let's look at the next change. If you get out there and get to work
get excited about it and do this in 7 days, you earn an additional one-time bonus of $75. So think about that. Matter of fact, let's think about it this way. It costs you $75 to get started. You now have a $50 monthly commitment. Get out there in 7 days. Earn that power-up bonus of $75. Covers that initial $75, and now you're earning a monthly bonus of $50, which covers your subscription for the next, as long as you're Power 3 qualified. This is really exciting. Richard's going to talk about this a little bit more. So that's the core. That's the building block of this compensation plan. And if you understand that, man, it gets pretty exciting. So, but that's not where we're headed. Matter of fact, just so everyone knows, I've invited Richard to jump in if he can think of anything else. So you might hear Richard jump in here every now and again. But I'm going to talk about now really the vision of the compensation plan and the participation marketplace with Rnetwork. So let's talk about this. I think we all would agree that we understand in our TBS how quickly with the Power 3 we could grow a team. Starts with your 3, and then you help them get 3, and then obviously that can start to duplicate. And as we get this thing really rolling, people see the vision and the power of what we've put together. We believe that we're going to grow unlike any other MLM opportunity that's ever been out there. But I don't want to talk about just the TBS and the potential in the TBS from a team building perspective. Let's look at it at an individual level. Let's look at this one position. Call it your best friend, whoever it is. Let's look at this one position.
Pull it aside.
Yeah, pull it aside. And it's a term we call stacking commissions. If you listen to Kevin talk, and he kept saying on multiple announcements, and it pays up the TBS. Let's look at what happens here in this one position. Yeah, they have a membership which pays a $2 commission up the TBS. That's fantastic. Oh, but what if they engage in R Mobile? That now pays in the TBS. What if they purchase a car? That pays in the TBS. And as products come on board, they buy a couple of products. That one position now pays $7.40 per month. But hold on a minute. We haven't even talked about fans. What if they had 3 fans, just 3, and one of those fans participates with R Mobile. One of them buys a car, and each of them buy one product in a month. Now, all that added up, once we stack all those commissions, now we're talking about $12 for that one position. And let's take a look at this. Now start thinking about your TBS in this way. Every position could have unlimited earning potential because they can invite as many fans as they want. Each position could have much more than 3. Matter of fact, we like to look at this as each position is a business center with unlimited earning potential. Now you're starting to see the picture. I hope you're grabbing this because this is the core of what we're trying to create. Now project down the road a little bit. As Kevin mentioned, all these other products coming online. These commissions could stack up and become really, really exciting. So that's what we're trying to do here. Not trying, that's what we have done here. That's what's going on in your TBS right now. And as more products come online, as people choose, they don't have to purchase, they choose to purchase and engage with products inside a participation marketplace. Those positions are just earning more and more commissions for you. So hopefully you see the power of that. You have anything to add to that?
I can't believe it. I mean, what's here, if you get your mind around it, everybody, the power is in the network. As you build out your network, aggressively go after it, help other people be successful. As the commissions stack up, it's just going to be something to behold. You've got to get your mind around what we're building here. We are building teams that have fans, and you build your team first, you invite your fans, and then you go on to the upper ranks. You do it in an organized fashion, and it's very, very powerful if you'll go do it that way.
Yep. Thanks for adding that. Okay, so I'd like to close with this. And this is a commitment that the founders of our network are making to you today. We truly envision a time where everything you spend money on, everything, let your minds wander a little bit on that statement, where everything you choose to spend your money on can be done through the network, through a participation marketplace that we are going to provide for you. You do your job. Help us build this network. Go out and invite people, get them excited, start inviting fans. That gives us the ability to bring more enhanced products, more exclusive products with greater savings and higher commissions. And eventually, everything we spend money on can be done through the network. That's our commitment to you. I'm going to turn a little bit of time over to Richard, to our president, to talk about his vision of what this company is, and how he's going to pull, or how we're pulling it together. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Troy. It's very important that I condense this down and have a very duplicatable system, because it's all about you, the charter member. As you see what we're doing and you're participating with us, it's very important that you understand what you're going to do and what we're going to do. Let's go back to the guiding principles of this company, what it was set up on. They're very simple. You've all heard it. I'm going to go over them again, and then I'm going to go into detail so you can actually understand how in this meeting today we are fulfilling these three guiding principles. Number one, find out where the world's going and get there first. Number two, make more money than you spend. There's a lot of things out in the field that save more money than you spend. It's never what we said. It's all about making more money than you spend. Make more money than you spend. And the last thing is lose your life in the betterment of others. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? Well, we're going to explain to you what all three of these mean in great detail so that you can use this in your own thought process, and as you enroll other, getting emotional over this, other people to be charter members. It's very important that they understand the core principles about this participation marketplace. Where's the world start? In order to know where the world's going, you've got to back up and think about where the world's been. I've been told my whole life, before you know where you're going, you got to know where you've been. And so let's go back to the 80s. Everybody on this Zoom, it was alive during the 80s, so you absolutely, well, maybe not. The 80s is where the box got created. What box? This little white thing, Commodore 64 is when I first heard about them, or Apple I. The box was created, and the guys that actually wrote code were the dynamos on Wall Street, were the gurus of the new and upping economy. The guys that wrote code, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, and hundreds, even thousands of others, turned that box into something unbelievable. It continued to get faster. It continued to get smaller. We went from desktop, or from mainframes to desktops to laptops to tablets to you name it. It just kept going. Then that was the 80s. Moving into the 90s, those boxes all started getting connected together in a thing called the World Wide Web. I participated in that. If you didn't have a .com at the end of your name, you weren't anybody. And we all saw it as we migrated from just computers to the World Wide Web. And then at the tail end of the 90s into the 2000s, everything became social. You got your Facebook, your YouTube, your Snapchat, you name it. Everything started to become very, very social. There was two major companies that seized the day with that migration. One was Google, and the other one was Facebook. They took our networks, our social networks, both the networks that are on your phone, the networks that are in your Facebook feed and your Twitter feeds. They harnessed it and changed the advertising industry forever. Then as this continued to progress, Amazon.com went from being a bookstore to becoming a mega marketplace. They're the 800-pound gorilla. You got Uber, you got Costco. Marketplaces are where it's at. You got eBay, you've got Overstock.com. They're all having different types of success. What is our network? Our network is the next evolution. It's where the world's going. We literally are going to become a participation marketplace. What does that mean? That means not only you get to participate as a charter member, but your fans get savings. So you can either participate as a charter member or as a fan and participate in this marketplace, which will create wealth for you. But also, those merchants that come aboard, they also get a stable place for a customer acquisition. We saw it firsthand with our mobiles. We've seen it firsthand with our autos. It is a very, very lucrative thing for the merchants that participate here, both online, as you've heard about as we're launching, and bricks and mortar. As we keep moving forward with this, every person that wants to sell product or service will want to gravitate to this participation marketplace. So now you know where the world started and you know where the world's going. The world's going to our network. As you bring our network to your networks, the networks that we're giving back to you. Where's your network? Most of your true network resides on your phone. Snag that, help them either become a charter member with you or sign them up as a fan and let them get savings. Ask them point blank, do you want to make money with me or do you want to save money with me? Now, let's talk about principle number 2. Make more money than you spend. Guys, it's all about building your own business. When you talk about being a charter member, you are literally building your own business. The best thing to do when you're building a business is make more money than you spend. This is the first business that I'm aware of that in the first 7 days, you can invest $75 in yourself by buying a powerful product or service that allows you to get paid. Go enroll your 3 business partners, start your 3 high-performance teams, teach them how to do the same thing you do. Within the first 7 days, you get your initial startup capital that you invested in yourself back in your pocket, plus your cash flow positive going forward. This is going to revolutionize everything. The fact that within 7 days, you can get your initial money back and your cash flow positive going forward. I want to reemphasize, in the next 10 to 15 days, we're going to allow you to be able to use your commissions to pay for your $50 auto ship, your $15 subscription. That is the most powerful thing you can imagine, because now everything else you're making profits. You're done dipping out of your household monies to be able to run a business. Where else can you start a business and within the first 7 days get your original money back and be cash flow positive? Go get your power up bonus, help your other people get their power up bonus. It is a very, very important thing that you do. By the way, 5 o'clock today, this is when it launches. Everybody that's a T1, T2, or T0, you will get an additional clock. If you get your 3 in 7 days, this bonus will come to you as soon as you complete your Power 3 rank. It's revolutionary. You heard me right. If you right now are on this thing, or any of your people are on this Zoom call right now, if they're a T2, T1, or T0, in other words, if they don't have anybody that they've enrolled, or they've only enrolled 2 or only enrolled 1, you will get a 7-day clock starting at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time and you will get this bonus today. Okay, last principle. Everybody kind of looks at, well, what do you mean by lose your life for the betterment of others? Guys, I can't even tell you, if you are going to build a team, when you sign somebody up as a charter member, your job's not done. Your job hasn't started or hasn't finished, it's started. When you enroll somebody as a charter member, they're a member of your team. You make a commitment to them as they make a commitment to you that you're going to get them to Power 3 rank, and challenge them to do it within the first 7 days so they get that power up bonus. You tell everybody you're doing this because you want to be partners with them, not that you want to make money with them. That's our dedication to those 3 principles. Principle number 1, find out where the world's going and get there first. We know participation marketplace is where the world's going. It's time. The millennials, all the younger generations, they want to know what's in it for me. Yeah, it's always nice to see the guys at the top of the organizations like Zuckerberg and Bezos say, wow, they're billionaires. What about me? You can make unbelievable amounts of money as you go build your team and participate in this. As you do that, then you systematically sign up your 3 and help them get their 3. You move over and start enrolling fans, find out if some of those fans want to participate with you. Once you enroll them, additionally, stay with them, help them get their Power 3 rank. As you do that, you'll move into the additional ranks up above. The additional ranks up above, we're going to announce in great detail, but I want to go over the founder. The founder rank allows you between now and the end of April to own some of this company, just for getting that rank. Holy moly, the literature's gone out. Do that. Help people understand this. And if I were you, I would sign somebody up and make sure they get their 3 so that they're cash flow positive. Nobody's going to think you aren't a good guy if they're making money. So make sure you do that. Then as you build up through, you get your 10 in the pen or your 10 in the personal enrollment network, you become a founder. There's 2 things you'll get: a draw off a global pool, as well as we're going to re-enroll in the first open spot in your organization. Once again, make the world a better place. What would somebody that's down on tier 5 or down in the middle of your organization and they're struggling, find the guy that's in the start of this whole thing is now underneath them? It's going to revolutionize everything. I love this concept. I love the Power 3 rank. And most important, I love the fact that people can get cash flow positive within the 7 days. I challenge every one of you when you drop off of this to go run the numbers. Go watch. If you personally enroll 7 or 3 people in the 7 days and duplicate that, find out where you are in 10 weeks. Just do the math. We're not talking about stacking commissions, even though that's a part of it. We're not talking just off the $2 that gets paid off the subscription. With that, it's my great honor to turn back the time over to our CEO and let him close out this conference. Thank you very much. Trent, back to you.
Thanks, Richard. So I'm going to repeat our vision, and then I'm going to ask Dave to close out the presentation so you guys can see my happy face. So a revolutionary financial movement is shifting the power and profits from big business to the individual. Through the power of the network, we're able to leverage exclusive savings and drive greater income for all who wish to participate. The reason I read that vision is we spent a lot of time during this last, for the last hour or so, talking in great depth about what that means, but it all pulls back to the vision. And yes, we can do it. As Richard loves to say, believe in yourself, see it so you can believe it, achieve it, and help the people around you do it. I want to go over a few things we mentioned if you see the announcements that Kevin made about these products, you can see the evolution of the company, the 3 phases playing out. I want to point out a few things that I hope you guys didn't miss. Our auto paying up the TBS, the financing on the auto paying up the TBS. You think about the money a financial institution makes on the financing of a car, and that turning into residual monthly income for a period of time for the charter members, it's mind-blowing. Then you begin to stack that with all the other products and services and the subscription, and you see this stacking commission model start to play out, and the earning potential is unlimited. He mentioned our pharmacy. When you look at the industries that we're breaking down, the pharmaceutical industry is enormous. And we're now creating an opportunity where we're creating incredible savings for those people who have life-needing prescriptions and still paying out the TBS. When you look at the industries we're breaking through, one of the fundamental things we started with was go out into the industries where people have to make purchases for their life so that we can create a real change in people's lives. The peripheral purchasing of big international brands, retail brands are coming. As Roger and Kevin both said, 45 to 60 days, and you will see big international brands coming in that have global reach, so purchase in the US and outside. But the most important thing for us was to start with products and services that are going to impact people's everyday life where they have to purchase. I want to talk a bit about a few things that I saw popping up. With their question about the Rev card. I want to cage this in 2 positions. Our bank and the debit card, which pays out the TBS, and the Rev card, meaning the hardware technical advances, right? I'm going to start with the hardware technical advances. We looked at this thing. We got a product in our hand. We played with it, and we said, look, this is just not ready for the network. There was questions over the hardware. There were questions over the functionality of what that did when someone stuck it in their wallet. They washed the card. Also, just as from a usability and where is the world going, we have question marks over whether or not the world is going to a technologically advanced card, or that's all going to reside on a phone. We have a commitment to the network that we are going to release things that, 1, cannot be commoditized, and 2, are where the world is going. When we looked at the hardware, we weren't convinced, and it was a danger to the network. So what are we doing, right? We're continuing to look at that technology. We're continuing to assess it, and we will advance the hardware of the card as that technology gets solidified. Meaning, if we see a position where the next thing to roll into the hardware is the emulator of the card where you can store other cards on the debit card, that will be the first advancement of the hardware, maybe if it's solidified and it makes sense for the network, right? Let's talk about our bank. The bank is coming. I want to say 100% the bank is coming in 2020, right? When you looked at the phases, obviously we jumped the bank to phase 3 so that we could create the biggest impact with the bank as possible for the network. When jumping to phase 3, obviously there's regulatory hurdles we have to get through, all of those things. But the bank is strategically important to the organization, not just so that we can pay up the swipes, but for other products we have coming for the network. The bank is massively strategically important. But I want to say that, is it the end-all be-all for the network? No. The opportunity for the network is now, and the opportunity is wider than the bank. Could the bank get commoditized over time? Yeah, I guess it could. So in reality, should we put all our focus on a product that can be commoditized, or should we be putting our focus on the compensation and the overall participation marketplace? Focus is on the compensation plan, the overall participation marketplace, and the opportunity versus a singular product, because we've already talked about how dangerous that is, right? So that's the update on the rev card in the bank. Again, the bank is coming. It is strategically important to the organization for not just the debit card that pays out up on the swipes, but also other products we have planned that we're currently working on. It is coming in 2012. You have that commitment from me. With that being said, one of the other announcements, I want to leave you with a few things that were said as closing statements. The IPO, it is coming. The IPO is around the corner. We have said, again, I want to repeat this, if you become a founding member before April 30th, you are going to be given ownership in the company. That is the entire concept. That is everything that is wrapped into our network. You become an owner in the company if you get your founding status. That is 10 personally enrolled in your network. You become you get to participate in the ownership of the company. Yes, I'm seeing the comments. The bank is coming in 2020. I believe I said 2020. Some people are telling me I said 2012. If I said that, I apologize. The bank is coming in 2020. All right, so other things I want to leave you with here. We've beat the vision of the participation marketplace to death, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that. We understand the concept. We understand why we're doing it. I spent time on that in the beginning. The 7-day clock to earn your Power Up bonus. Everyone will get a clock in their back office if you are a newly enrolled T0, 1, or 2, and you have 7 days to enroll 3 people, and you get your Power Up bonus, and you were qualified for the $50 Power 3 rank bonus going forward. You can come in and out of that qualification. Your anniversary date is on the date that you become Tier 3 qualified and Power 3 rank qualified. Every single month we will check to see if you're still qualified, and you will get your $50 bonus. So Power Up bonus, do it in 3 days, $75 plus your $50 bonus. And on top of that, you unlock all 10 tiers. Pretty incredible compensation plan. I've been studying all the compensation plans because you guys know I'm new to network marketing. And I haven't found anything like it in the space. I am super excited for the network. I think that is that it is in the right place, that the compensation plan is coming from a place of making sure that the benefit is to the network. Again, get 3, and you can pay also via your commission, right? So this is a big announcement that I hope we didn't gloss over. Within the month of February, we're releasing so you can pay via your commission. There will be a button in your back office where you click and say, pay via my commission before you hit my credit card. If you have $50 in commission in your commission account, in the R Money account, we will use your R Money to pay for your membership, and your credit card will not get charged. So what does that mean? It means if you earn the Power Up 3 rank and stay Power 3 qualified, your credit card will not get hit forever. You will use your $50 commission to pay your subscription. Our money is coming to fruition. We're going to be using it in many ways through the advancements of the organization. As we advance, you'll see our money and our pay being used in various ways in the future, and they're very exciting. Again, help your 3 get 3. Be a good leader. Be a good upline. The order of priority that Richard talked about: sign up, get your 3, help your 3 get 3, before, and percolate that down through your team, and then go get fans. You will help yourself a great deal if you build your team and then go get fans. It starts to grow that fan base exponentially. So just do it in the right order, and you will be successful. Looks, guys, it's about long-term sustainability. Everything we're doing is long-term sustainable wealth for everyone in the organization. And together we can change everything. It's not just about the network marketing industry and changing that. We've already started down that path. That's already happening. The compensation plan, The participation marketplace is already revolutionizing that space. It's about changing everything. It's about changing the way macroeconomics works. It's about changing the masses. It's about putting that buying power back in the consumer's hands. We are going to systematically change industries, starting with what we're doing today. I appreciate your time. And thank you everyone for joining. With that, we are going to close. I will let Dave close it down. But guys, I can't be more thrilled to have taken this position, and I look forward to working with all of you.
That's exciting, Trent. Thanks for taking the time to shed some light on all those different items. And you guys, this is a historic day, and I know many of you have questions that are in here. One of them that we want to just make sure is very, very clear is that the fact that if you right now have T3 status, in other words, you have your 3 people right now, you do not, the $75 bonus will not be paid out to you. But the positive side of that is anybody on your team who has less than 3 have 7 days from this afternoon to go and get their 3 and qualify for the $75 bonus and the $50 monthly bonus. So that's really exciting. The other one I want to verify, just make sure you guys understand, and Trent, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. If you just paid your $38 for this month, or last month, I should say, on the 26th, then in February, your billing will just start then, the same way as it always has. The billing date or time won't change. It'll just start with the $50 bonus.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And we've tried to keep it under an hour, but we're right just over it. So we're super excited about what the changes that have been, enhancement have been made. But all I'm going to just challenge you to do is to go help your team qualify for Power3. Go out there and actually hold their hand and take advantage of it. All the things that were talked about on this launch today will be summarized and sent out to you, and also a recording of this will be provided too. So hang tight, wait, let us get it all processed and done, and then we'll get it out to you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Have an amazing, amazing weekend, and you'll be hearing from us all soon again. Thanks again.